So systems. As humans, almost everything that's going on for us is going on at the subconscious level. Our breathing and our heart and our digestion, just to name but a few things. The thoughts and the feelings and the little things like when you fall over. It's the automatic system in your mind that enables you to put your hands down. It's not a thinking process you go through. It's your subconscious mind looking out for you. It really is that powerful. It keeps us safe, and it really makes everything that we do so possible, because there's no way that we could use our thinking mind to the extent to be able to run all these processes all the time. As amazing as all that is, it does have a few challenges though, in that a lot of the programs that we use, especially thinking programs, can be outdated and no longer optimal and really serve us. And when you start to think about this, most people start to become aware that a lot of the thinking and the meaning and the labels and the beliefs that they have, that they're running at an automatic level, have been imprinted by well-intentioned adults at some point in the past. And these are parents and teachers and other carers and meaningful individuals in our lives. And at the time when those programs were being installed, it's quite probable that they was useful and helped us stay alive and helped us grow. But now that we're adults, it's important that we take a good look at some of those automatic systems and processes and programs that we're running and check that they really are optimal for us. We also have systems that run on the outside. Systems like habits and rituals and routines. And we all have them, and for the most part, we're not even consciously aware of them. They just go on and we get the outcome. And we never really consider where they're coming from, whether they're working for us or whether or not there's a different way. It's a little bit like running a computer from 1995 and never updating the software or the operating system, yet expecting the system to perform at a higher level. It just wouldn't do. And you wouldn't run your computer like that. You would make changes, you would upgrade the software. So this is what this principle is all about. And it starts with knowing. So Carl Jung once said that until we make the unconscious conscious, it will direct our life and we will call it fate. So the first step in changing the systems is to become consciously aware of them. What are those thinking patterns that create the outcomes? What are the habits that we have which create the outcomes that we have? So once we're consciously aware of them, then we can start to turn them into a process. When we turn them into a process, then we're in a better position to then change that process to something that makes more sense for us, that gets us more of what we want and less of what we don't want. There's also this sense, which I think that we all have, about how this works, but we fail. And you only have to look at New Year's resolutions to see that this happens all the time. So this is what I think is going on there. We don't really understand the relationship between systems and habits and goals that make them work for us. We're not always as self-aware as we could be. That enables us to become consciously aware of the process and then change it. It's about understanding the motivations and the triggers that help us do the habits. Sometimes we try to do everything at once instead of breaking it down into smaller parts. And we don't use existing habits and existing systems and new technologies to help us. We have no one spotting us and no one keeping us on track, holding us accountable to ourselves. And we tend to give in before it becomes automatic, because at the very start of creating any new habit, it requires us to do it consciously. Now this takes energy and effort, And it's only through repetition that we can start to download that program into the basal ganglia where it can run automatically. So we give in because it's hard. So simply put, if our systems are not working for us, the reality is that they're actually working against us. So if we want to get more of what we want and less of what we don't want, we have to develop our systems, because we will fail to the level of our systems.